Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I have one question for you. What is the first word that pop up into your head after hearing the sentence of college students? Clever, futuristic, change maker, knowledgeable, modern, and many kind of other promising words that are obviously far away from the words that related to malnutrition. However, there is a hidden truth about the life of college student that's surprisingly showing the high potential risks from suffering malnutrition. Currently, the main focus of malnutrition centers around children. And while it is crucial to addressing the number of the children who are suffering from malnutrition, we often overlook by the potential risks that the youths, especially college students, face. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Aisyah-UNAIR, majoring in nutrition science at Erlangga University. I stand before you today to provide a brief explanation about why someone like college students could be at risk affected by malnutrition, and what kind of solution did I offer to deal with this issue. Okay, to all my esteemed audience members, nutrition plays a critical role in both health and development. Why is it something that seemingly as small as nutrition can lead to a ripple effect that can affect the overall well-being of a community? Better nutrition is linked to the fetal development, child and maternal health, safer pregnancies and childbirths, stronger immunities, reduce the risk of non-communicable disease, and increase the longevity. An individual with adequate nutrition can be more productive and can open the job opportunities that gradually will breaking the cycles of poverty and hunger. Wow. So, in conclusion, nutrition is an important indicator to achieving the sustainable development goals. Now we're gonna talk about malnutrition. Malnutrition occurs when an individual does not receive does not receive the enough nutrients or a variety nutrients in their diet. This can result in either being underweight or overweight. It is often caused by not consuming the right amount of nutrients. The number of people affected by malnutrition worldwide is estimated about 1 billion each year. In 2021, FAO, or Food and Agriculture Organization, released that about 17.7 million people in Indonesia suffering from malnutrition. As I mentioned earlier, malnutrition can also lead to the non-communicable disease, such as cardiovascular disease, hypertension, diabetes, and also even cancer. The most effective approach to combating this non-communicable disease is to target risk factors and their root causes in the early stages of life. So this emphasizes that there is a need for attention to the young population. There are two factors that can increase the potential risk of college students suffering from malnutrition. First, unhealthy eating habits. The time spent in university is a critical period that can impact not only for overall quality of life and dietary practices in later adulthood, but also in the long term of an individual health. Most of college students live away from the parents, and it's granting them freedom of food choices, including meal planning. Various additional factors influence their decision-making process, and having knowledge about nutritional values doesn't lead to the healthier food choices. Many studies have reported the poor eating habits among students, including the high frequency of snacking between meals, a tendency to eating sugar-rich foods, and high cholesterol levels foods. Second is food insecurity. Does anyone here ever experience hunger? going to sleep without eating dinner because you don't have enough food or money? So this last factor is the financial inability to afford one proper meal. Several days ago, I went online and it was so heartbreaking to hear the stories about many students experience hunger. And most of them come from the middle class family. And I also think that being middle class families are pretty hard. It's like in a stuck elevator. You can neither go up nor go down, and the money is coming in but also keeps flowing out. And I think they are fully aware of the nutritional values, but that's not the priorities. The feeling of being full is the all that matters. The most realistic solutions for reducing the potential risks of malnutrition among college students is for universities to take a role. How many of you have witnessed that students often need to prefer to eat the outside campuses instead of the inside campuses? The reason behind this is not just because the personal food preferences, but also because street food, which is mostly unhealthy, is generally cheaper. This means that universities have not been able to provide the accessible and affordable healthy food. Are there any universities that have implemented policy regarding this issue? Yes, the answer is yes. There are several. For example, the University of the West of Scotland has implemented a policy to address malnutrition among students, offering free breakfast twice a week to the response to the cost of living crisis. In South Korea, Korea University has offers an affordable breakfast program priced at 1,000 won or equivalent with 11,000 Indonesian rupiahs to reduce the number of students who often skip breakfast. Actually, this is like win-win solution. This program will establish a mutually beneficial relationship. If universities can help meet the nutritional needs of students, it would have increased the productivity of students in both academic and non-academic performances. So, instead of waiting for government policy will students continually experience hunger and food insecurities and unhealthy eating habits, why don't the most universities in Indonesia have any program regarding these matters? So that was all from me, and thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.